everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm Shivani Mutna from Your Story, and we have a very interesting conversation and discussion on artificial intelligence lined up for you today. Now, artificial intelligence is essentially two words, but of course, it's got infinite capabilities. There is no shortage of predictions on how AI could transform the way we live and the way we work. Today, though, we are here to discuss the role of AI and how that really plays an integral part in how we buy. It is evident that marketing has a lot to gain from artificial intelligence, whether it's identifying and understanding customer needs, matching these needs to the products and services, as well as finally persuading a customer to make a purchase. AI indeed has the capabilities to dramatically enhance all of these marketing functions. In fact, according to a very recent McKinsey survey titled The State of AI in 2020, marketing was one of the top business functions to adopt AI. Moreover, a global survey done by Deloitte showed that 3 of the top 5 AI objectives were based in marketing. So AI is indeed making inroads in marketing, but we are, of course, asking the big question, can it go even further and how much further? And to that end, Talent Sprint, in partnership with IIM Calcutta, is now offering the artificial intelligence-powered marketing course. And program participants will also have a chance to build their expertise on Talent Sprint's exclusive academic platform. Now, Talent Sprint, for all our viewers, is a national stock exchange group company that offers transformational high-end as well as deep tech learning programs to both new as well as experienced professionals. So with that said, let me welcome our guests today, and here to discuss all things AI as well as marketing. I'm joined by K. Sridhar, who is the Chief Business Officer at Talent Sprint, and Arithro Bhattacharya, Senior Director, Sales and Marketing at Talent Sprint. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us and your time today.
Thank you all. Thank you and good evening.
Pleasure to host the two of you. Sridhar, let me get straight to it and ask you the first question in terms of looking at the core components of this course. Something that's really attractive because AI is really picking up a lot of steam these days. So AI and marketing, that's a very interesting combination. How did you really identify the need of a course such as this?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question to take off the discussions. As you rightly said, AI has been now almost all pervasive, looking at various areas. And to start with, as customers, all of us have started using AI extensively, be it the Netflix or the Amazon that we keep talking about. So really look at it. As customers, we are so comfortable using AI, taking its prediction and taking decisions based on that. Now really look at it. What's happening is somebody in the marketing has enabled this to happen for us as customers to adopt it. And while it started off with predictions in various retail products, I think the role of AI, as you rightly said, is one of the key functions being disrupted is marketing in the overall scheme of things. It's going to be very interesting. AI as a technology and its intersection with various verticals are so interesting that we as Talent Sprint, as a deep tech platform, decided to not just offer the deep tech programs, but also offer the intersection in specific areas, right? We have a program on, say, digital health, healthcare, and how AI intercepts it. So when we are really looking at what are the next possible big areas, we thought marketing is a great area to look at. There are 2-3 reasons for it. The reason one is the traditional marketing, the availability of data was very limited. But with digital marketing coming in, there is a huge amount of data that's available. And that's the raw material for AI to really work on. The second is the economic impact is extremely huge. I mean, there is always a saying in the market that many venture capitalists invest in startup companies, and a large part of it goes to Google's and LinkedIn's in marketing, right? So the amount that's invested, more than $590 billion are being invested in marketing by companies. And any small improvements that a company can do in its marketing spend, be it in terms of getting higher yield or ensuring a far better customer experience in what they are doing, is looked at as a huge value add. And in fact, the valuation of the business itself very often, right? So that being the case, when we really looked at it, that's an area that's worth really looking at a program on. how does AI impact marketing, or how can marketing benefit from AI? I would like to put it this way rather than the other way around. I've been a marketing professional for a long time, and the questions that I used to ask and not knowing how to answer it for the last 30 years, see, now AI is there, which has the promise to answer, provided that we can get the right algorithms and the right data in place. So when we really looked at it from that angle, we said, okay, this is one area where the industry demand is going to be huge. The business impact for the companies and the participants who are going through the program is going to be huge. And most importantly, the career impact for the individuals is going to be huge. So with those three in mind, the market size itself, because of the impact that it can have, and the top priority that's given by businesses, investors, and more importantly, the customers on the experience, right, brought these 2 points together, the marketing and the AI together. And when we're really looking at it, how do we do this program? We need expertise in marketing and expertise in technology. And that's when we reached out to IIM Calcutta, which has strong experience in both the areas. And this is the second program that we launched with IIM Calcutta. We had one on finance and technology, the fintech as a business model that we are now very comfortably using, right? That's the first product that we launched. The second program that we launched is this. So that's how it came up. We really looked at what's the market potential, how it's going to impact the business and the value, and most importantly, the value for the individual customer and the individual professional.
Sridhar, thanks for really highlighting, the use case behind putting this course together, very relevant really to solve real world marketing challenges. And as you highlighted, there's so much data available now, thanks to digital transformation, and AI is actually, showing results. You actually get a return on that investments, and companies turn profitable by adopting AI. So really good use cases there. You mentioned that you've partnered with IIM Calcutta. So give us a little more detail about how that partnership sort of came about for this particular course, because it is, of course, one of the premier institutions in the country.
Yeah. So as I said, IIM Calcutta, this is the second program we launched. Around 2.5 years back, we launched a program called FinTech and Financial Blockchain. And that's an area that's today the most popular and highly favored program among professionals. Right. After the launch of that, we were really looking at, one of the things we do at Talent Sprint is identify what's the market trends, come out with programs, and identify our partners who have phenomenal expertise in that area to offer a program. So when we really looked at marketing, our first call went to IIM Calcutta. They said, okay, we have done a good program in FinTech. By that time, we were running the second cohort. We had more than 250 professionals going through it. So we said the next program that we should launch should be in marketing. Then they have been running a very good marketing management programs for a long time, of course, and a lot of research professionals being there. And there are some young professors whom we identified there who were extremely good in using data for marketing and were really doing workshops on that for their students and some corporate honchos. So we said, I think bringing that expertise that they have already built together into the market would be great. And that's how this partnership started. In fact, while the first program took us 6 months to finalize, this probably took a couple of weeks. And both parties signed up saying that this is a great program to launch.
Sure, thanks, Sridhar, for giving us all those details on how the course is structured and how it came about. Now let's get a little deeper into how marketing and AI is really positioned in the real world out there, and talk about some case studies and all of that. And Arithro, you're of course the marketing man here, so let me address this question to you in terms of how do you think AI and ML can really help marketing professionals scale and optimize their campaigns?
Absolutely. So if you really look at marketing as a whole, I mean, with the shift to digital marketing, you have a lot of data. Sridhar was just talking about that. Now, which also means it has immense potential in terms of doing things which we could never do before, especially in terms of, say, personalization of content, right? If you're running a campaign, if, for example, there's a 60-year-old gentleman who's seeing a campaign for a product versus somebody who's 30 years old, the messaging, their need for the program or the product that they would want would be very different, or the core driving need for that. So you can actually do a lot of content personalization. Predictive analytics, again, is something that is huge, what in terms of can a customer or can a segment of customers buy this, will they buy that or not? Then if you look at specific targeted advertisements, which could be gender, which could be geography, etc., and you really personalize that communication down the line. Visual search, new things which are coming up. If you've been reading reports, you will find that almost more than 40% of all the searches on Google is now using voice search. Now, traditional marketing and has no way of factoring that into any decision-making process. Versus now, you can actually put that into an algorithm and pull out data and understand 40%, so you are basically addressing 40% of the global search market almost. So these are some of the use cases which, if you look at it, which are now possible thanks to artificial intelligence and all the possibilities that it brings in.
Sure. Now let's also talk about, the current situation that we've seen. It's been almost more than 18 months now. The pandemic has changed a lot of things. Marketing, of course, has changed permanently because we've seen a lot of people adopt digital transformation at a pace that was, much faster than anticipated. So there are, of course, some challenges, pros and cons, all of that. How does AI help in overcoming the roadblocks brought about by the pandemic? Because, of course, people are not really going directly to retail shops anymore. There is no sort of in-your-face marketing. Everything is digital, virtual. So how are you really looking at this situation?
Yeah, maybe I'll go first on that and request Aditya to add. I think one of the key things that we have seen in the last 18 months is across the globe and specifically in India, the amount of digital spends in terms of marketing has exceeded all other channels together, be it visual medium or for that matter, print media, stuff like that. So that is a very, very good starting point. I mean, traditionally, most businesses which are highly focused on brick and mortar processes are completely moved into digital. That being the case, it is both positive and negative. The competition has increased phenomenally digitally. So what was probably a what do you call low-hanging fruit earlier was no longer low-hanging fruit, because earlier only there were, out of the 50 people selling a particular product, 10 were digital, 40 were physical. Now 30, 40 people have moved into digital. So the demand has increased. So what has really happened during this time is the role of digital advertising has increased, amount of data has increased equally, and the number of people adopting, number of businesses adopting has increased manifold. Right? Really looking at the actual, I mean, I can't think of any good marketer who doesn't have digital in his portfolio. Okay, which used to be, I mean, I remember those days, it used to be called, this is alternate channel, second channel, right? And that moved from that position to the primary position. Of course, have been happening for the last 10 years, but last 18 months have been highly catalytic growth in my view, where the speed has been extremely high. And during this time, it's not just the supply has come into the market, the digital. The demand has also gone completely digital. All of us have been, the ideal way to find out is now computer, because nobody is going out, or at least limited going out and stuff like that. So both sides, because of the pandemic, the overall, both sides of the equation, there has been a phenomenal growth that created huge opportunities, right? At the same time, high competition, which is the ideal place for highly competitive tools like AI to be brought in to bring insights about. So that's in my view a good situation, which enable the learning of algorithms in many marketing campaigns getting better in my view. Over to you, Anitya.
Absolutely. So just to put a little bit of numbers, if you look at it, 2021 was the year where your digital marketing spends overspent, I mean, exceeded the traditional channels that we had for the first time. So, which is one of the things which is directly attributable to the pandemic coming in. Now, if you look at that, in that context, if you look at it, the amount of data that's now available will obviously add a lot of value to marketers to do that. With competition that's there, AI becomes one of the biggest differentiators. It is still the most underused differentiator probably, but it becomes, for somebody who's able to use that, it will add a lot of value to it. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's a report that Forrester put up. This was in the year 2020, late 2020, where they said that organizations using AI will probably create about $1.2 trillion of value in their decision-making process. So, and this was only in terms of marketing decision-making process. So that kind of speaks about the context of where we are and what is the possibility of using AI, especially when it comes to marketing.
Sure, some very insightful, facts and figures that you shared there. A lot of interesting trends as well on how everything is evolving, and marketing, of course, is constantly evolving. Interesting to note that you've sort of taken all of these learnings and insights and made it part of your course. So, Sridhar, looking at your course structure, I think a section of your course examines how digital marketing is already transforming into AI-driven marketing. And if you could elaborate a little bit on this change and how it's really, bringing in and fitting into your course as a section.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. Part of it is when Google and LinkedIn are the platforms in which you're going to advertise, it comes with a lot of AI capabilities to start with, right? I mean, as such, for Google and LinkedIn, we are the customers. The marketers are the customers, right? And customer usage of AI to engage customers have been extensive, and these companies have worked exceedingly well in identifying the right algorithms and putting it in place. Be it the bidding process, be it finding the keywords to work on, right? Or be it identifying and doing a lookalike campaign of a person who is likely to buy. And these kind of AI in the campaigning and the campaign creation process and targeting process have been there, I think, more than 4 or 5 years now. I mean, it's been continuously evolving, improving. I mean, of course, the rule-based ones were even before that. So this has been happening for a long, long time now. And now what we are really doing is, I think it's important for everyone, every marketer, to exploit what is available out of the box when we talk about AI, right? I mean, there is 2 levels, right? The minimum that we need to do is use the AI that's available, the tools that's available, the power that's available out of the box when you are opening your Google marketing or a LinkedIn marketing or a Facebook marketing. So that's the first step. And that people need to know to be able to build further on it. Because that's the base, right? And that base is anyway available out of the box, right? And from there, build over that. And that's why we built in both the components. Understand how AI is already being used, and digital marketing is largely using AI for a specific use cases that's important as for marketers as a customer. Now build it as a professional and take it to the next level to make your business more efficient, business processes more efficient. So that's why we have both the components where we look at the marketing as well as the digital marketing as well as the overall AI powered, which we can build over and above what comes out of the box.
Sure, Sridhar, taking that phrase from what you mentioned, out of the box, that really is key. How do you differentiate? How do you sort of build that competitive edge in such a competitive market? So bring it to you, Arithro. We've also, all of us, been privy to targeted advertising and marketing, personalized sort of marketing. And with the kind of data companies have of their customers, tell us how AI and ML can really significantly further impact these functionalities of marketing, such as, consumer behavior, customer retention, as well as finally sales conversion.
Absolutely. So, humans have become, thanks to, technology, with 5G also coming in obviously advanced markets, it's already there. We are a storehouse of information these days. You open up LinkedIn, you open up, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Now, that's a lot of data that's there. Now, when it comes to marketing decisions, a majority of the data that we use, the entire data available in the universe of customers that's there, we probably end up using less than 5% of that data. So for example, In the case of any typical organization which runs, which runs digital campaigns, which has a website, etc., there have been enough studies which show that customers, data points, companies collect at least about 120, 130 data points of customers, if not more. Now, when it comes to a decision to implement a campaign, when it comes to a decision of content, when it comes to something like what kind of targeting or what kind of messaging do I put on the website, or when it comes to that, I'm getting comments of X, Y, Z, etc., how do I change my campaign or how do I address that? We do not have any ways of measuring that. Like, for example, you look at social media, such a powerful tool. You have, all websites have, a LinkedIn page, an Instagram page, etc. You get in comments over there. But traditional marketing methods will never be able to bring that information, whatever posts are coming in, into the marketing campaign. Yes, we may be responding to it, saying that, okay, reach out to over here, etc., etc. But to use that in the larger context of all customers that are there is something which is impossible for us to do. Now, with AI coming in, it's entirely possible for us to create a model which brings in all of these data points. It could be as varied as where a customer is coming from, to the amount of time that he's spending on the website, to the section of the website that he or she is viewing, and build a model to understand that, okay, this person would probably be swayed to become a customer, or this lead would become a customer if I were to give him an offer based along these parameters. Or if I were to personalize the content and show him an ad, which he would be more, which would incline him more to buy the product. So that's where AI is coming in very strongly. And the biggest thing so this is again a survey which was done by Salesforce. Salesforce does these surveys every year where they were looking at what is the one biggest area that a chief marketing officer is looking at using AI for, and it was content personalization. While we have always been thinking digital marketing does personalize content to a certain extent, here we are talking about almost real-time personalization of content, where AI is able to create that and give you offers, or target you in a way in which most your needs would be fulfilled in the most personal way. So that's something that, that's something which is one of the biggest use cases of AI, where most companies are working towards. We haven't reached there. We are quite far away from it, but then AI can help us.
Sure, great to see, the extent of the possibilities, for adoption of AI and the use cases there. And now let's also look at, the output really and the results that come out of it, because I think research has thrown up, and you also mentioned it on your website, that about 85% of AI-powered marketing projects fail. So what really, causes this to happen? Are companies not doing it right? Is it still something that is evolving? How does your course also seek to improve these numbers?
Okay, maybe I'll take this up first. I think that's when new technology, when something like this comes up, it's always a challenge where the first few projects never really takes up. I mean, if you just go back 15 years and look at how CRMs, specifically in marketing, I'm just giving an example of a CRM, 80% of the CRM implementations were not successful in the beginning, right? It becomes better when 2-3 things happen at the same time. Number one, I think the organization way of working is designed in sync with what we are going to really look at. Like, for example, in AI-powered marketing, how the data is captured and maintained, or how data is cleaned, right? How the structure works. The second area is, do we have the right people to run it? At the end of the day, getting a tool and using the tool are two different things. Ability to effectively use the powers of AI, right? In the current case, and the earlier example, I said use of the AI CRM, right? It takes time for companies and businesses to adapt, right? And the third and the last, but not the least, is the commitment from the top management to make it really happen. The three things are extremely critical in my view to implement anything, any change. And AI-powered marketing is no different, because this expects organization-wide way of doing things, way of recording data, way of processing data, and making it available for the algorithms to start working and come with insights about it, which is never an easy task. Any change is never easy, right? And these are not something which will run separately. This is inbuilt and becomes core part of your business process, specifically the sales and marketing process. So I think that's the challenge which, in my view, is currently being faced. And programs like this, which structurally brings in how these two areas merge, right? Generally, you won't see too many marketing people who are extremely tech savvy, right? Similarly, not too many tech people who are keen with marketing. But there is a need for both these practices to come together for something like this to work. I mean, I am reminded of when the early days of IT, IT used to recruit domain experts, right? If you remember, those days were domain experts. Now, today, I think a lot of domain experts are recruiting IT teams, right? That's how fintech gets formed, right? I know how finance is, I need technology to disrupt it. Example, right? So I think that's the stage we are in AI-powered marketing. If you really look at it, these three things coming together, which I think is happening, right? The organizational approach to really creating the structure which will enable the tool to give its full benefit, the AI as the AI-powered marketing to give the full benefit, the professionals who are able to actually bring both these together seamlessly, and the third is the commitment of the business and the management to really make it happen.
Sure, Arithro, if you want to add to that, and also, I will add an additional question to coming to, the use cases, really real world cases that we can talk about, because, that's really where the tangible solutions lie. So have you sort of incorporated all of this in your course, and can you elaborate on that and any particular case studies that you may want to highlight?
Absolutely. So if you really look at, continuing with the answer that, Sridhar was giving, one of the biggest objectives of the course is, again, to not make marketers into technology professionals, right? Because that's not the objective. The objective of this program is to make a marketer the voice of technology, so to speak, and translate his or her needs to the technology team, right? That's at a very core level, that's what the program does. Now, and the program, again, keeping in mind the kind of the case study based approach model that IIMs follow, the program has multiple use cases, and these cover like very practical things like, say, for example, how do we use sentiment analysis to analyze comments which are coming on our social media handles? How do we create a chatbot? In the sense that, how do we create a chatbot, which is a conversational chatbot and not merely something which answers predefined questions. Something that we all would have seen when we've all been shopping online. Say, for example, you buy a camera, for example, on Amazon, it will immediately suggest, do you need an SD card, or do you need batteries for it, or do you need a carry bag for it? Right? These are either what we call as related items, or these are additional items which people usually will need. Now, there is basically an AI which is powering that entire process. Then what are the kind of channels that you target? And then you have, customer basket optimization. How do you optimize the kind of customers that you would want to target? So these are actually all practical case studies. Like, we have case studies from a large e-commerce website in India, which is into groceries, to a very large hospital chain in India, to something as unique as a temple in India, very tech savvy, one of the largest temples in India, which wanted to kind of look at how does the social media following influence the kind of visitors who come in and the kind of donations, as well as, large tech companies, how are they looking at building up, creating enough data sets so that they are able to action on them. So these are very practical use cases that are covered as a part of the program, which any participant will be able to relate to with a very practical outcome-oriented cases that are covered as a part of this program.
So thanks for breaking that down for us, Aritru. A lot of aspects that are being covered there. And from what we know, a lot of companies are looking at chatbots. A lot of companies are thinking of sales forecasting. So there are a lot of multifaceted things and tools that are at play when it comes to adoption of AI, with the campaign optimization really being the key or the buzzword that everybody is looking for. So how do you think these projects will also enhance the course?
Okay, so I'll take that, Sridhar. Sure. So if you really look at these aspects of it, we've had we do capstone projects, right? What are capstone projects? These are real life user problems that participants are trying to solve as a part of the program. So as a part of the the programs we've been running, a couple of cohorts have been running, and we have seen things like how do you predict leads? How are leads going to transfer into customers? Or how do I optimize my channel spends? Which channels do I target to get the biggest ROI that is possible? How do I create or how am I able to create a model which may tell me in advance that, okay, this customer is probably going to stop paying or is going to stop being my customer in the future? What are the behaviors which could kind of influence that decision? Very practical use cases are covered as a part of the program. And then, stuff at very core level at, sales forecasting. How much will I be able to sell over here? And when I'm making a sales forecast using AI, I'm using the entire arsenal of data that's available to me instead of just probably using, 2 or 3 important variables or perceived to be important variables, by us as human beings, going by our gut instead of going by our gut. We are applying that on the entire universe of data that's there, and the model will then predict, what could happen in the future, how much could revenues go up by, etc., etc. So these are very practical use cases where participants of the program have worked on and implemented, AI in the marketing domain.
Maybe you would like to even add the bring your own project into
this. Of course. So, which is the capstone project is basically the bring your own project part, right? If you are from a company where you would want to solve a certain problem in marketing, you have the complete freedom to bring that project in. No personal data is required as such. We work with whatever publicly available or whatever information your company is willing to share with you. You bring that in, you have experts, you will be guided by the IIM faculty. There will be other, and obviously you will do this project as a group. So you will have people from multiple industries coming in solving this problem, and you can then go back and show very tangible results. I mean, we've had cases where participants have gone back and gotten the entire procurement cycle changed because they were able to predict at X point in time, so much sales is going to happen. So from a procurement side, we probably don't need to procure X, Y, Z at this point in time. We could procure it before, just-in-time procurement we could do. There have been so many such use cases where people have done, which lends a very practical, outcome-oriented program, for and great outcomes when it comes to learnings for people done the program.
Wow, sounds like really in-depth course, like you said, very practical, outcome-oriented, tangible. So very exciting. And like you said, dealing with real-world problems, bringing in your own project. So sounds like a great course to take up for those interested. Now, Sridhar, looking at what the participants get to take home and the benefits accruing out of this course, we also understand that they will gain access to your, career accelerator. Talent Sprint has this academic platform. If you can tell us a little bit more about what that is and how does it work, because you're essentially looking at building a new AI savvy marketing workforce in a sense. So give us more insight about that.
Great. I mean, that's a service that we offer to participants across all our programs, right? And it's a platform where we have created it's a very, very self-fulfilling platform, I would say, because a program like AI-powered marketing or fintech, we get people with 15 years of experience, 20 years of experience coming into it. Of course, there will be some people with 3 years experience also, right? So, and all of them are from great companies, right? And they are working in big companies, right? And they come out with 2-3 different requirements. Let me put it that way. One is, of course, some people are looking for shift in their career. Some people are setting up a digital marketing and, more importantly, analytical based marketing businesses in their the departments in their own businesses. All right. Similarly, there are other programs that we work on, whether it is AI, blockchain, fintech. All of them are part of a single group of professionals, deep tech professionals in our platform. There, they share 2-3 things. One, their internal job requirements from their own companies, right? Two, many of them also post their startup expectations, what they really want to do. And we see across programs and mixing multiple programs, multiple startups are getting created through the alumni portal that we have created, where all the program people who have completed the program as members. In addition to that, we also have what is called a CACD department, which is Corporate Alliances and Career Development Department. And we work with 600 different companies who are looking for talent across the length and breadth of whether it is technology's intersection to things like marketing. And those opportunities are made available to our alumni. So it's a very interesting, ecosystem where industry demand comes in, and people from the industry who have gone through the program are equally there, and internal requirements also comes into the same platform. That makes the community very, very exciting, I'll put it that way, and make the acceleration faster and better for the participants, right? And the outcomes can be, for some people, getting a job, for some people, finding the team members to get their business running, or creating a startup. So all these 3 things come together, right, into this platform that we have created for all our program participants.
Sure. So a very, very holistic course there that you're offering, giving them access end to end, sort of plugging them into the ecosystem as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about the future, because at the moment, we are living in the midst of a pandemic. This seems to be continuing for a while. We have spoken about the pros and cons of that. There is a silver lining in terms of, digital transformation being catalyzed due to this. But in the future, do you think AI will continue to play a vital role in marketing? Because right now everything is virtual, but in the future, how do you sort of see it shaping up?
Okay, so I think in most studies or most surveys that's done, most of the changes that we have seen is not going to be irreversible, right? Many of the changes that we have seen, the way we are adapting, I'm sure corporate travel is not going to be the same, right? Even when things get better. Of course, personal travel, holidays might continue. So the way things are, a large part of what you call the change that has been created by the pandemic is going to be continuing for a longer run. The percentages may change, but it will continue. The second part I would like to add there is, I think the good things that we have learned in this will definitely, I hope the humanity will continue and ensure that they get the maximum benefit out of it. I mean, I'm sure the traffic jam in Bangalore is no longer a talk of the town anyway, right? I mean, which used to be the case in the past. So I think these changes are going to remain for long. That's one trend. When you look at AI-powered marketing, let me also look at the other trend. The top print as well as visual media, which are large companies, are equally creating enough digital assets as part of their marketing. Which means when you are going to give an advertisement, whether in the print or even the visual media, the OTT is creating enough data on which ads, who is seeing, what kind of products get watched more, right? So I think it will go beyond digital marketing in my view, because the role of technology, the role of data has gone very, very deep thanks to the current situation, very fast into every other marketing channel as well, be it print, be it the visual media. And I think that's going to be the marketer's dream, right? What earlier people, the marketing analytics team would have said, I can do this, I can exactly analyze what's happening in print, but I don't know in digital, I don't know what happened in TV ads, right? That's going to change. So in my view, this is a irreversible change, and it's going to expand its tentacles to a far wider areas than just digital marketing.
Absolutely. And just to add to what Sridhar said, see, if you look at AI as use cases of AI, be it in marketing or in any other industry which is being disrupted, we've still not reached the stage where we can say that we have figured out all use cases. So as we go along, we will figure out newer use cases which come in, which only means that the scope for AI will go up. And I'm kind of reminded of this survey again, Salesforce does. And this is the top use case for using AI in marketing, is the top wish list across most CMOs and chief technology officers who are responsible for marketing products. So as such, this is going to grow exponentially. New use cases will come up, and professionals who understand this, who understand how to translate the domain expertise into that technical jargon or into the numerical or into data models, etc., are people who will be at the center of this change.
Maybe I'll just add here, I think I reminded of a quote saying that we overestimated the role of technology in a short term and underestimated it over a long term. So I think what we are seeing is probably the starting point, and I'm sure some of the use cases is going to take a little more time to solve. But in the long run, this is going to stay and have a far higher impact than what we can ever imagine.
Sure, Sridhar and Arithro, very well put there. And, like you mentioned, it is continuously evolving. We will find more use cases for it. We've probably, just discussed, and we're currently looking at just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the potential that AI has to transform marketing. So for all those of you who are looking to become, new AI savvy, AI powered marketers, this course in partnership between Talentsprint and IIM is something that you may want to check out. It is a 6-month course that will be held through interactive live classes. And like we spoke about, real life marketing challenges, covering everything from consumer behavior analysis, identifying profitable customer segments, and of course, personalized messaging. So all of these tools and services, as well as these capstone projects are all covered in this course. So a very in-depth course that they have structured for you. Thank you so much, Sridhar and Arithro, for your time again, and stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you, our pleasure.